All right, some stocks I'm going to be watching on Wednesday. HIMX did this little breakout 3 sessions ago, gapped up a little bit, sold off a little bit, but it's still holding nicely above 8. So this is a scenario where if it can trade in a narrow range for a while tomorrow and then get an upside break, I think the crowd piles back in and carries this thing higher. So it's worth having on a chart. That's HIMX. CLDX, very nice volume today. And broke above, I don't know, a month and a half's worth of trading. It does have some consolidation here between, well, right around and below 18. But we might get a second day move in that one. So I want to keep CLDX on watch, FEYE. This chart doesn't look like much here. It's pretty beaten up. I believe this high volume day right here was earnings. And let's switch to, say, 30-minute candles. And you can see it had a pretty nice pop on volume this afternoon. And it's up above, I don't know, a week's worth of trading. There it is on 60. So it looks like this may have been the bottom right here a few days ago. And a nice volume day today. So you can really see it if you switch to 5-minute candles. I mean, look at that. It really had some buying coming in. So a lot of times the daily chart, you can't see anything. But if you're trading during the day and you happen to see something like this, you kind of put it in your notes and say, hey, that might continue tomorrow. This daily chart would have never caught my eye. So anyway, I want to keep FEYE on watch. TKMR, nice little green candle yesterday and a nice pop today. So this one's put in a low and a higher low now since this crazy move. I think it's worth having on watch again tomorrow. Today, called this thing long. And this was, I talked about this in the video last night. I always have this one on watch after that crazy move. I called this long right here at 1825-ish. And the stop was like 1810, something like that. And then we got this really nice move up to 19, I think 35. So TKMR, you can see, is worth having on watch. And you kind of have, after the rally today, you really kind of have a flag pattern. So this one may continue tomorrow. There it is on 60. So anyway, keep this one on watch. TKMR, ARWR. Very nice volume breakout today. There's not a lot to the left in the way, so we may have a second day play on watch for that one. TUBE, now this is a new issue, very thin stock. High volume day for it was 300,000 today. So why do I have this on watch? Because in after hours, this went up to about 1250. I don't know if it was earnings or what, but let me switch to extended hours. And you can see what happened in after hours. Very nice pop and hanging on near the highs. So let's keep this one on watch. There's no, there's no chart to go by now. You're up to new all-time highs. If, all-time highs means it came public on July 18th. So that's a little deceptive to say all-time highs. But anyway, anything can happen once that you have an IPO, a recent IPO that's at all-time highs. So anyway, I want to keep that one on watch. But it's thin. It's probably going to be really spready. So be careful with it. TLM, I liked this chart. It looked, some nice volume pops here, and it looked like it was going to get going. I haven't had a trade in it the last few days, but I've been watching it. And then today, in after hours, let me go to 60-minute candles. It went down. I don't know what the news was, but went down and retested this 1020 support. So this thing's done pretty well off of the 1020 area. And maybe the play was in after hours at 1020. I'm not an after hours trader, so I'll be watching that area tomorrow. If it sells off at the open, I'll be looking for some support and a bounce off of the 1020 area. So that is TLM. And then ZPIN, again, kind of like there's not a lot to go on. Called this one today in the chat room at 1555. It never hit the stop and went to 16, whatever it was, 1619. And again, it's another thin one, but there's not a lot of chart in the way, and there's not a lot of chart to go on. So let's watch this one for some continuation. Now that if you hang out over 16 for a while, there's no telling what this one could do. So I want to have that one on watch as well. And as I always say in these videos, we'll find other stuff to trade in the chat room as the day unfolds as well. So that's the list I'm starting with. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.